Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I'm Hazel, and today's video is talking about debt, right? Living debt free, living within your means, and how really to be frugal and not to spend your money and make yourself miserable when you become broke. So, that's what we're talking about today. So, first of all, most people today have lots of debt. You have the credit card, you have the car payments, you have your mortgage. So these are the main things. Well, call them the big debts. Okay, so the big debts are the car payments, the house payments, and the credit cards. Okay, so these are the three main big debts. So let's talk about how to be debt free. Number one. So I am not going to go into all these details uh, about how to do it and all of that. I'm just gonna give you the basics of what I do. We do actually, me and my husband, how we do things to keep us out of debt, right? And how we're able to do many things by living a certain way. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you need to have a budget. A budget is a very, very important thing. Some people, you ask them, do you have a budget? They're like, what? They don't have a budget. They just get their pay, they just buy groceries, pay for all the expenses that they have, and then they look at the wallet. They're like, I don't have any money. What happened to my money? Well, you just spend it, and you didn't take note or have a plan or have a budget or anything like that. So that's what happened. But if you have a budget, you have a plan, then things are more organized and you know what's happening with your money, where it's being spent, and where it's going. Okay, so let's talk about the budget. So years ago, before I was married and I had a little job, I mean, I never had any major issue with finances because I've learned from my mother how to spend money wisely. So basically, what I did was I didn't buy anything if I didn't have the money for it, because I was taught from a young age that debt is a bad thing and it keeps you like a slave. So I had that in my mind since I was a young child. So if I wanted to buy something, I made sure I had the money to buy it, or else I didn't get it. And that's how I lived as a young person. And as I got older, in my early 20s, I started to, well, actually that's not true. When I was a teenager, I started saving my money. Actually, I opened a bank account and I started saving my money. And when I worked, I put my money there. And I was very careful in how I spend my money and what I use it for. So that's where it started. And then, as I grew older and I got into my early 20s, I started putting my money aside, right? So I started putting my money in a jar or put my money in envelopes, and I would separate it and I would say, okay, this is my money that I'm going to put in the bank for saving, and this is my money that I'm going to buy grocery with. Now, I didn't have a credit card because I didn't want to be in debt, so I didn't have a credit card. And so that's what I did. I only spent cash. Cash was my main thing. Then my mom, she said, oh, okay, I think you really need to have some credit. So she got a credit card for me, a second credit card under her credit card. and I had it for a while, and I'll spend $100, I'll spend 50, I'll spend 200, but I'll just pay it off, right? And I had this for about a year, and eventually I got my own credit card because I wanted, in case I want to buy a house sometime in the future, right? And I eventually got my own credit card. I think it was like $500, something like that. And I did the same thing. I didn't like max it out or anything like that. I was very careful in how I spent the money that was on it, and I made sure that I paid the bill when the bill came. Sometimes I paid before the billing date. So that's what I did. And yeah, I just keep saving my money. I didn't own a car. I didn't buy myself a car. I took the bus because it was very convenient. I didn't need a car at that time. I took the bus everywhere. And if I need to take a taxi, if I was going somewhere far, I took a taxi. And I took jobs that was relatively close where I can get a bus, because my main goal was to have a certain amount of finances so that I can be financially stable. Yes, I could have bought a car. Yes, I could have, invest in some property or something like that, you know, but I was being wise, okay? And because that's what I was taught since I was a child, that debt wasn't good. Anyway, so now when I got married, we started doing things differently. And we did get out of hand a couple of times, and we have to pull ourselves back together. But eventually we figured it out, right? We figured it out, and we got ourselves to a point where we're not spending more than what we were making. Actually, we were not spending more than what we were making, but we were just spending a lot more. And we were saving, but we could have saved more, right? We wasn't living out of our means, because when we got married, we bought a car cash. Yes, we bought a car cash, and we didn't have any car payments. So I mean, we started our marriage really, really great. And we didn't live in extravagant houses. We lived in houses that were relatively cheap. Yeah. Our first apartment, I was back in the day, but I think it was like, 400, no, it was our apartment was like $365, I think, something like that. But then other people were paying like $700-800. But we choose to get a nice place that was cheaper. Maybe it wasn't, the most fanciest place, so we made it as nice as we could and comfortable, and that's how we lived, and we saved our money, and we did okay, right? So I just tell the story in the beginning just to tell you, you can start off your life good if you're a person who has taught certain things, and you don't have to go with the Western system and do things a different way, because definitely you're gonna get yourself into a whole pile of debt. Okay, so second of all, get yourself out of debt. If you have no debt, you are financially free, and you're able to make better financial decisions. You're gonna have more money, and you can have better options to do whatever financial things that you want to do. Okay, so that's what it is. Now, number two, you have to live within your means. If you're working for, say, $1,000 a month, okay, but you're spending $900, you're only gonna have $100 left. So you have actually, that's not a lot of money to do anything every month. But you need to spend like maybe $500, okay, or $600, and you have $400 left to put some in savings, to enjoy yourself, have some fun. Okay, now this is just an unrealistic number I'm just throwing out there, but that's just the idea of how to live, right? The next one is car payments. Now, buy a car outright. Okay, take a while, take the bus, save up your money, and buy a car for maybe $5,000, $3,000, $6,000. You buy the car outright, take it to the mechanic, fix whatever need to be fixed. Some of the cars, they have none to be fixed. It's good. Check it out. I don't know, change the oil, change your brake pad, whatever, and that's your car. You don't have any car payments. Please, people are in great debts, and they're miserable and they have to go to work every day, and if they don't go to work, they don't have enough money to pay for their bills, right? You become a slave to these things, honestly. Is that the life that you want to live? Well, that's not the life I want to live, so that's why I choose another life. So don't be having these car payments that's going to drive you insane. You have to pay that $500 every month, or that 300, or that how much you have to pay. I don't even know, because I never had a car payment in my entire life, because I've never ever bought myself a brand new car, neither me or my husband. I mean, and we have good jobs, right? And not that we can afford one, but doesn't make any sense to us. Okay, we always buy a used car outright, and that's that. So once you don't have that car payment, once you don't living beyond your means, that's number 2. 3, now if you have credit cards, credit card is a good thing, yeah, for you to have credit. Okay, if you want to buy a house, if you want to invest in a vehicle or something like that, you know, buy a piece of land, something, you need credit. You can't just be, they check you out there and well, you have no credit, you're not gonna be able to buy anything. Okay, so you need credit. But if you have a credit card, for Pete's sake, do not max that credit card out. If you want to buy something for $500, make sure that you have $500 in your saving account that you can go pay for when you use that credit card to buy it. Okay, don't, like, if you don't have $500 but you want to buy some couch or some, I don't know what, for $500, but you don't have $500, you take it on your credit card and you're not working for much money, plus you have all your other rent, your car payment, all that stuff to pay. If you only pay $50 or whatever, you're piling up interest on this $500, and before you know it, you owe like $1,200, because the interest rises every month. Okay, and you're deeper and deeper into debt. You start with 5, now you're up to 1,000, because you're paying like $30 a month. But it's gonna take you a long time to pay for it, and interest are adding up. So don't do that. Okay, now another thing is you're buying things that you really don't need. Okay, now there's need and there's want. Okay, oh, I want that shoe. Do you really, you don't need the shoe. If you don't have that shoe, you will not be able to go to work. No, you have other shoes, you can go to work with another shoes. Okay, a want is something that you just, it's like a desire. Okay, it's like you desire something. But a need is something that's necessary for life. Okay, you need a car because you work an hour away and there's no bus going there and you can't walk there, so you need a car. So that's what you're going to buy a car for. Okay, I need a car because I need to drive my children to school, because there's no bus in my area that's going to take the kids to school. Okay, that's just an example. There are buses, but I'm just using that as an example because school buses come everywhere. But that's a need. Okay, for example, if you live out in the country and the school bus doesn't come in a certain area and you need to drive your children a certain area to get the bus, okay, you need a car because your kids will be able to go to school. Or if you live out in the country and you have to go to work, there's no bus coming there, you need a car to go there, so you're going to buy a car. That's a need. Okay, if you don't have that car, you can't go to work. Okay, I need a shoes because I work in construction, and it's for safety reasons, so I need that shoes. If I don't have that, something can fall on my toe, break my toe, or something like that. That's a need. It's necessary. It's for safety. Okay, so you need that. Okay, but you see this nice, I don't know, some name brand shoe, oh, I want to get that, it's like $400. Well, you don't need it. Okay, you have many shoes in your closet. Okay, so it's not a need, it's just a desire. Okay, oh, I want that. Well, stop doing that, because that's gonna get you in debt. You have 20 pairs of shoes in your closet already. You don't need one more to make 21, and you don't even need 20 pair of shoes, because you could only wear one shoes at a time. Okay, so I think that's basically it. Just live within your means and stop spending money crazy. All right, the basic necessities is food, clothing, and shelter. That's what it is, and stick to that and you'll be fine. Right, stop buying stuff because your friend has it, your neighbor has it, your coworker has it. This is gonna get you into debt. Another thing is vacation. People go on vacation, they spend this extravagant amount of money on vacation. This is a no-no. If you're gonna go on vacation, save up your money to go on vacation. We go on vacation every year, we start to save money. We come back on vacation, then we start saving money the next month for the other vacation. Okay? When the other vacation comes around, we see how much money do we have. Oh, we have $2,000. Okay, then we're gonna go on a $2,000 vacation. We're gonna take a road trip. We're gonna do something. If the next year we have $5,000, oh, we're gonna do a bigger vacation. Okay. The problem today with people is they're living way beyond their means, and that is why they have so much debt, and that is why they're unhappy. Because when you owe people, it makes you unhappy. When you have debt, you can't sleep at night. Okay. So guys, stay out of debt. Take my few tips and use them, and you are going to be a much happier person, because you'll be debt free. And you know what, if you don't want to go to work tomorrow, you can take the day off. You can take 2 days off. You can take 3 days off, because you know why? You have $15,000-$20,000 in the bank that you've been saving up, and you have not been using your money unwisely. Okay, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video, and use these tips and you shall surely be debt free and financially happy.